Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Geschützwagen Tiger, the Tier 9 German SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Malinovka and it's under the command of CT Tarantula NL. Game started. Well, he's got the 21cm howitzer and I can tell that straight away because there's no muzzle brake. Standard reload for this 21cm gun is 40.27 seconds, so he's got it down to 34.85, so he must have a rammer and a good crew. Originally this Arty was known as the Gorilla 21. They actually made designs to produce the Gorilla 17 as well, with a 17cm gun, and also a Gorilla 30 with a 30.5cm mortar, and also another one, a Gorilla 42 with a 42cm mortar. So they actually had big plans for this hull, but they never got to test them out because there was only one prototype. It was in a state of dismantlement at Hausenbeck when it was captured. Dismantlement? It's not the correct term actually. Oh, he just killed a blind shot and he killed a Pantera who was in that corner. One shot and one kill. Okay, they started development work on this Arty in 1942. It was originally supposed to be designed on the hull of the Tiger 1, but they changed the plans because the development of the Tiger 2 was so in advance that they thought, well, we might as well use the Tiger 2 instead. It was going to be a very heavy artillery piece indeed. Oh, a direct hit on that one as well. The Striv S1 just took a direct hit because there was no explosion. Yes, it was going to be a very heavy artillery piece indeed. In fact, originally it was going to be a Selbstfahrerfetter, which means weapons carrier, and instead it turns out to be a Geschützwagen. It was going to be 58 tons in weight, but they actually ended up at 64 tons for the Gorilla 21. Now it does have a very long reload, not quite as long as the American T92 HMC, but it's still long all the same. And it's also got a very narrow arc because it's only 10 degrees, 5 degrees either side. And that means every time you adjust to shoot at a new target, you will get rescue bloom and you have to start dialing in all over again. Okay, so he rounds out. Oh, good shot! Right over the rock. He damaged the 705A and the UDIS 16 with that one. Combined damage on that one was 810 hit points from one shell. But that T10 is not going to last long. Yeah, he's being whittled away by them. And he's gone. So now would be the time normally to use the premium ammo, but I'm afraid Tarantula hasn't loaded any. Okay, fires a round in, but he wasn't fully dialed in, but it didn't matter because he did hit the advancing enemies. The 50 TP took the brunt of that one with 458 hit points lost. And Yudas, well, he took 227. It's a good job that he went south of the inlet, because if he'd been north of the inlet, I think he would have been thinking about relocating. This is not the fastest Arty in the game. It's only got a 45km maximum speed, and he's going to fire in at this bunch of enemies. Rounds out. Oh! Kills the 705, damages the Patriot and the Tiger 2 as well at the same time. It's a miracle he didn't get a bombardier out of that one. The enemy is really suffering from these shots. The 21cm howitzer is the most powerful howitzer in the game at tier 9. much more powerful than the M53, M55. Oh, he fires in at the Tiger 2, but it was the Wizzy 111 who actually got stunned by the shell. But he just wasn't close enough to get any splash damage out of that. And the enemy is still coming towards him. So he's having to move away. Now, even though they started development work in 1942, they didn't get around to finishing. As I said, it was in a disassembled state. That's the word I was looking for, not dismantled. It was a disassembled state when they captured it at Hausenbeck, which is near Paderborn. And the 17cm gun that they found at the time was laying on the ground nearby, and the actual carriage itself was resting against other prototypes that were there at the time. Oh, kill shot! Wiped out the Wizzy 111.5A. There's still some more enemy there though. There's a T-54 first prototype. So they actually captured it. In fact, some people say that it was the British that actually captured the prototypes at Hausenbeck, and others say it was the Americans who got there first. Certainly there are photographs of both British and American personnel looking all over these vehicles. I know for certain they were very interested in the vehicles when they found them, because of course these were prototypes, nobody'd seen them before. And I think some of them were a bit shocked at the size of these vehicles, because they were absolutely massive. The original GW was, or Schutzwagen I should say, was actually designed so that the gun could be dismounted and placed on the ground separate from the actual vehicle. But they cancelled that idea after all in the end, because they felt that it'd be less complicated to actually keep the gun inside the vehicle. It was going to be built on a rail system so that you slid it out the back, and the big round plate that you see on the back of the GWs was going to be the base for the actual Arty. But in the end they decided no, they would keep the artillery piece or the howitzer inside the vehicle, and that round plate instead actually ended up as the recoil plate to transmit the massive forces from firing such a big artillery piece into the ground. So yes, it had to have a recoil plate, otherwise the thing would just literally jump about every time it fired. And of course that's not very good if you're trying to shoot accurately with shot after shot. Now the 17cm Guerrilla 17 could only carry 5 rounds. That's all it had space for. Oh, he just killed the Guerrilla 14, the Unis 14 rather. He just took him out with 1 round, and now he's got a new target, the 50 TP, but he's still reloading. It was even worse for the 21cm Guerrilla 21, because that one could only carry 3 rounds. That's all they had space for. So obviously there had to be some munition trager or trucks that carry round the spare ammunition. Otherwise this would not be a very effective SPG. He's having difficulty trying to get a shot on target there. He's only got a partial reticule. He's trying to aim it. Oh no, whatever he fired at, unfortunately there was an obstruction in the way, and the obstruction took the hit. So I think there was something obviously in the way that blocked the shell. Not sure what that was. It may have been one of those buildings. Yeah, it may have been the house near the water. He's going for the T-54 first prototype. Oh, another kill! But he was seen this time, and the enemy Arty makes absolutely certain of it. And he is the last tank on his team, and he's taken out, which means I'm afraid this is a defeat. But it was a good fight, and he was getting solid one-shot kills on some of these guys. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Here's the end of battle results, and it was the first class tanker for CT Tarantula NL in the GW Tiger. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 21 in total, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He ended up with 5, one short of getting a Top Gun and 1/3 of the enemy team, and he got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And in fact, actually, he did do a lot of damage. We'll see that very shortly in the team score. There, 4,335 hit points of damage. He did do the highest damage in the game, but he didn't get a high caliber because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pools. So unfortunately, missed out on a medal, but he got one. He got an epic medal instead. When it came to damage, the next high scorer was the Strip 103B on his own team, the tier 10 one with 4,315, and after that it was the 50 TP on the enemy team with 4,173. When it came to kills, again he's got the top spot with 5 kills. 3 kills went to the Heshbarn and the 50 TP on the enemy team. 2 kills went to the SU-130PM on, the Striv 103B on his own team, and the Object 140 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it's the 50 TP who did the best on the enemy team with 1307. 825 went to the Striv S1, and 733 went to the Wizzy 111 Model 15, followed by the Object 140 with 728. And you can see, actually, if you look at the XP, you have to go quite a long way down to 7th place before the next one is Tarantula with 635. So he was actually in 8th place on XP in the end. At least I think it was the XP, was it? No, actually, looking at this, there's quite a few more. Sorry, he's in 10th place. Yes, sorry, I got that wrong, because yes, this Patriot all the way down here actually managed to... Actually, he's in joint 10th place because the Patriot got the same XP that he did. Yes, getting back to the detail, let's have a look. 12 shots fired, 4 direct hits, no penetrations but 15 splash. Damage of 4,335 hit points, of which 3,893 were up more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit. It was a penetration. That was from the enemy M53, M55, and it wiped him out completely. He damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 5, and did 431 hit points of stun assist of 10 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 30,148 credits, got 25,446 from personal reserves, and 3,780 for the Achievements Award because he got an epic medal in a losing or drawn game. Total of 76,338 credits altogether, and after repair and ammunition resupply took away a profit of 33,992 credits for the game. He picked up 635 XP, 363 for the Achievements Award again, and 743 from personal reserves, took away 2,246 experience points altogether. So very well done that he actually did do as much damage as he did, and of course, as you saw, some of those shots were absolute wipeouts for the enemy team. The Pantera alone took damage of 329, so obviously he was originally hit right at the start of the battle, but it was a blind kill on that corner. And the other ones, well, he just finished them off after they were very badly mauled by the rest of his teammates. So, yes, he did get some nice convincing kills. And, of course, he narrowly missed out, as I said, on a bombardier as those tanks were grouping together up the hill. It would have been nice if he got one, but sadly, I'm afraid the rest of his teammates just died off. And he wasn't able to win this game because they just left him too much to do. I hope you enjoyed this replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.